Hey everyone, welcome back to the David Show. It's David here, and today I have a very special guest with me. Lon, how's it going?
Hi, David. I'm doing great. Thank you for having me on the show today.
No problem at all, I'm really happy you could join us. So, how's everything been going at work? Still busy at the office?
Yeah, it's been pretty busy. I work at an office in Hanoi, and things are always moving quickly. There's always something to do, but I enjoy it. How about you? How's your work going?
You know, it's a bit of a mix. Sometimes it's a little hectic, but I like the variety. But, hey, enough about that for now. Today's episode is all about traveling. It's something I think a lot of people are really passionate about, don't you think?
Oh, definitely. Traveling is such a great way to experience new cultures, meet new people, and even learn something about yourself. It's something that always excites me.
Yep, exactly. It's one of those things that can totally change your perspective. So, to start off, when was the last time you traveled somewhere? And how was the experience?
The last trip I took was actually just before the pandemic. I went to Sapa in the northern part of Vietnam. It was beautiful. The mountains, the fresh air. It was such a peaceful place to get away from the city life.
That sounds amazing. I've heard so many great things about Sapa, but I haven't been yet. What did you enjoy most about the trip?
Oh, definitely the nature. You know, the view from the top of the mountains was incredible. It felt like you were on top of the world. And, of course, I also really enjoyed trying the local food. So delicious.
I can only imagine. Vietnamese food is amazing. You know, I think food is such an important part of the travel experience. Have you ever traveled somewhere just because you wanted to try the food there?
Actually, yes. I've always wanted to visit Thailand because I love Thai food. I've heard that the street food there is incredible, especially in Bangkok. I love to try all the different dishes there.
Oh, me too. Thai food is fantastic. I can totally see how a food adventure could be a reason to travel. It's funny you ask because last year, I went to Italy, and honestly, it was all about the food. Pizza, pasta, gelato, everything was just, wow. I could spend days just trying all the different dishes.
That sounds amazing. I bet you ate your way through the whole country.
Oh, absolutely. But, you know, traveling isn't always just about eating and sightseeing, right? Sometimes it can also teach us about different ways of living. What do you think, Lon? How has traveling helped you grow?
That's a good question. I think traveling has really opened my eyes to different ways people live. Like, when I went to Sapa, I saw how the local people live so differently from us in the city. It made me appreciate the simple things in life, you know? It made me realize how connected we all are to nature, and how much we sometimes forget that in our busy lives.
Yeah, that's so true. It's crazy how sometimes we just get caught up in the fast pace of life and forget to slow down and appreciate the small things. I guess that's one of the best things about traveling. It's like a reset button for your mind.
Exactly. It's like you get a new perspective. And it's not always about the places you go, but the people you meet along the way, too.
Ah, yes, that's a big part of it. Meeting new people and learning about their stories. Have you ever had a memorable interaction with someone while traveling?
Oh, definitely. I met this old lady in Sapa who made me tea and told me about her life and the history of the area. It was such a simple, beautiful moment. I felt so connected to her, even though we didn't speak the same language. It made me realize how powerful human connection can be, no matter where you are.
That's such a beautiful story. It really shows how travel can be so much more than just seeing new places. It's about those moments and connections that stick with you.
Exactly. I think that's why travel is so special. It's not just about the photos or souvenirs, but the memories and experiences you take with you.
I couldn't agree more. And, you know, when we talk about traveling, we usually think about going far away to exotic places. But, sometimes, just a short trip to a nearby place can be just as meaningful, right?
Definitely. I think people often forget that you don't have to travel far to experience something new. Even exploring your own country can be a great way to discover hidden gems you didn't know existed.
I totally agree. It's funny because sometimes we overlook the beauty around us, but once we start exploring, it's like we see everything with fresh eyes. I remember taking a weekend trip to a nearby town last year and just being amazed by how much I had missed all these years.
That's so true. There's always something new to discover, even in familiar places. It's all about being open to new experiences, no matter where you are.
Exactly. And, with everything happening in the world right now, traveling has become a bit more challenging. But I think when things settle down, people are going to be even more excited to get back out there. Do you think people are going to travel differently after the pandemic?
Yeah, I think so. People are definitely going to be more mindful about how they travel. Maybe they'll focus more on sustainable tourism and think about the impact their travels have on the environment and local communities. I think it will change the way we approach travel in the future.
That's a great point. Sustainable tourism is something we should all start thinking about more. It's not just about where we go, but how we get there and how we respect the places we visit.
Yes, exactly. It's about making sure future generations can enjoy the same beauty we do.
I think that's a perfect note to end on. Thanks so much for sharing your thoughts with us today, Lon. It's been a really great conversation about the joys and lessons of traveling.
Thank you, David. It was a pleasure talking with you about travel. I hope everyone enjoyed the conversation.
I'm sure they did. Well, that's all for today's episode, folks. I hope you feel inspired to go out and explore the world, whether near or far. See you next time on The David Show.